Welcome to the Lemons and Pineapples podcast, the personal development podcast for folks who want more fulfillment, connection, purpose, and joy in life. I'm your host, Emma O'Brien, a no-nonsense coach, a seasoned entrepreneur, photographer, rescue dog mum, and happy life enthusiast. Each week on the podcast, I share tools, tips, and strategies, amazing guest interviews, and uplifting conversations that will help you improve all areas of your life. Let's dive in. Hi, folks. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 4 of the Lemons and Pineapples podcast with me, Emma O'Brien, and my co-host here, Sam Shrosbury. Today, we're going to be talking about how to recalibrate your mind, body, and life before you burn out. So if you're finding yourself running on fumes, you're feeling constantly tired, you're reactive all the time, this is a sign that something needs to shift in life. Burnout is a one-way train that generally doesn't end very well. And it is the perfect opportunity, if you're experiencing any of the things we're going to be talking about today, to start to take a step back and go, hang on a minute, how do I stop this before it really gathers momentum and takes me to the edge? Burnout is something that if you properly end up in it, it does take quite some time to readjust and come back to some sort of reality, because usually it involves some sort of life redesign. So it is possible to avoid that if you start to make changes along the way rather than waiting for a massive catastrophe to occur. I know all about that, been there, done that, got the merchandise range. So Sam, can you kick us off by sharing what are the kind of sneaky burnout signs that you have seen your physio patients and your coaching clients show up with that they might not actually know they've got burnout?
I think the biggest sign, if you think of burnout, it almost feels like there's no energy left in the vehicle. It's run out of fuel. And I think that the first sign is just that fatigue. I think people just feel quite exhausted all the time, even after a full night's sleep or a 3-week holiday, and they just like everything feels like a bit of a slog and a little bit of effort. Or that kind of tired but wired feeling, like I want to sleep, but I just can't get to sleep. The mind is just constantly going, even if the vehicle can't drive the mind. And I think it's just how well you feel within your body. We should be feeling energized. We should be feeling like our bodies can move us around. If they start to feel achy and stiff and sore, we all are going to have some kind of wear and tear on our bodies as we get older, but our bodies should, for the most part, be able to constantly be managing those aches and pains. Aches and pains are inflammation in the body. Cortisol, the stress hormone, sounds like cortisone, which is an anti-inflammatory, for the exact reason that it is our body's natural anti-inflammatory. So if you're feeling achy, inflamed, and sore, your cortisol probably has depleted its ability to be a natural anti-inflammatory to your body. So being sore and stiff and achy, and any illness thrives in a state of inflammation. So if you are constantly feeling a bit under the weather or getting a little cough here or a cold here or a stomach bug there, there's a strong possibility that things are not firing the way they should be firing. So I would say a lot of your physical ailments are probably little clues that your body is not functioning at its optimum. Our bodies are pretty amazing at warding off illness and fighting inflammation, and if they're struggling to do that, something is awry. And I'm sure, there are a host of mental and emotional behaviors that maybe is more your territory that also can tell you when you are just at breaking point or hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, and I think to come back to the fire analogy that we've so beautifully running with this fire metaphor is, for me, as somebody who is kind of go, 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 and pretty passionate, get excited about things. I usually know which direction I'm going in. For me, it was like all the spark had gone. It's like somebody came and poured water on my fire and then stamped on it. And nothing, I couldn't get interested in anything. Everything felt pointless. It felt really hard just to get out of bed. Had this whole kind of like, what is the point? And I think this is where burnout symptoms can very easily get confused with depression symptoms.
Mm, mm,
And I talked in episode 1 where we kicked off season 4 that my burnout was completely misdiagnosed as depression, and it was treated as depression, which was a massive waste of time because it wasn't depressed. And it took having to kind of ending up in hospital to do a bit of a re-evaluation of where has my sparkle gone? Where has the fire gone? What do I need to shift and change? And it's really learning to kind of listen to that. One thing that I think makes us all very happy in life is having a reason for being, is having a purpose, is feeling like what we do matters. And if it's feeling like it doesn't matter, it's pointless, this doesn't contribute to anything, I'm not enjoying it, it is a sign that there's something really awful going on. And if you're working, you're working constantly, but nothing's shifting, it is time to take a step back and start to have a look. Okay, there's a problem here. And what do I need to do to start to address that? And often I think when it comes to burnout, it's physical and mental. It's a combined situation that you find yourself in. And I think sometimes the beginning point of healing from burnout is physically resting. I think it's starting to look at what does my body need for me to be able to nourish it so I can get my hormone balance back into place, so I can actually let it rest and rejuvenate and regenerate. We need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night. It's when you're sleeping is the time that your brain is cleaning itself up, it's regenerating itself, it's the time our bodies are regenerating cells. If you're running on empty the whole time, your body can't fix itself back up, and eventually it will break. And if your body is not in good shape, your mind isn't in good shape either. We've said that the two work in tandem, and you've got to care for your body and mind really as a whole, I think. So this is what we're going to be doing in our recalibration course that is starting in 4 days' time. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh, I really need this, you can pop into the show notes and you can sign up for the course, and you can join us on this journey where we're going to be taking you on a journey of transformation to really learn to listen to your body, learn to listen to what it wants, and learn to nurture it so that you have better access to being more productive, to thinking more clearly, to being able to be less anxious, less worried. And we can start to really holistically pull the mind and body together so you can start to get into a stage of really thriving, not just surviving. This experience of being alive isn't something you just need to white knuckle through, folks. If you haven't got the gist of that's what we're passionate about, well, don't know where you've been. Go back and re-listen. You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I agree, Emma. As you were talking again, I was also just thinking of the analogy of a car again, and just like putting fuel in the car and having the little stop brakes along the way to refuel the car, and constantly checking the warning lights on the car to see if you can continue on that journey, and not sort of just, like you say, white knuckling and putting your foot pedal to the metal and heading for the end line of the end of life, but literally enjoying the scenery as you're driving along. And it's are there times where you take your foot off the accelerator and just press the brake a little bit. I think we speak about this a lot in our coaching that we've done. Is where do you get your body? If your foot is flat on that accelerator, your body and your mind think this is survival mode. I'm running, I need to get away. There's no time to actually enjoy things. We spoke about cortisol surging through your body. cortisol, which is the stress hormone, cannot exist with oxytocin, which is the love and connection hormone. So as long as you are running your life with your foot flat in the accelerator, there's no time to connect and enjoy the space that you are living in. So how do you find that balance between brake and accelerator, that it actually becomes an enjoyable experience?
Yeah. And I think to bring back, well, what about the metaphors today? To come back to the metaphor, but if you want to keep your car running and not have it break down, you have to put fuel in it. You have to have it serviced regularly. And
Mm,
if you are looking after your body and mind along the way, less likely for anything to go wrong. It's when we make the assumption that I can just go flat taps here for 6 months and it'll be fine. I mean, some people try and go flat taps for 5 years, and it's just this kind of never-ending treadmill. And A, you're going to crash and burn at some point, and B, there's no fun in that. There's no enjoyment in that. There's no actually savoring the
mm,
experience, because you're, like you said, you can't have connection with other people if you're stressed out all the time. I think a lot of I can relate because I know I do it. And if you are in a state of constant stress, it is nigh on impossible to hold compassion or empathy or connection with somebody else, because they're just going
mm,
to be another problem that you need to deal with. And the more
mm,
stressed you are, the less connection you have, and the more it feeds this cycle of feeling utterly revolting and completely burnt out. One thing we need as people is support. We
mm,
need connection and community and support. And this
mhm,
is one thing that we're creating with this program. It's a group program. There's going to be an intimate number of people in there. It's not going to be huge, but there's going to be a collection of people on this journey with you, of really learning how to understand yourself better, understand what your body needs, understand what the mindset shifts you can make are to be able to show up better. We're going to be bringing some heart math into it. We're going to be bringing some functional medicine, health coaching into it. We have created the program kind of going through the chakra system. So it's going to be a bottom up. So we're going to be talking about kind of grounding and really looking after your physical body. We're going to be talking about how to really start to listen to your emotions and use them as signposts rather than something to be shut down, which I think is what a lot of us end up doing because it's difficult. We're going to be talking about how to really kind of connect in with yourself so you can better connect with other people. We're going to be bringing in boundary setting, kind of calm, compassionate communication, being able to understand your own needs and voice your needs, which I think is probably the number one problem in relationships. We all misunderstand each other because we're actually not able to articulate what we want. And then we're going to be like, really kind of looking at how do we bring this whole mind body thing all together so that you can go forwards and have a different experience of being that is way more enjoyable, way more fun.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, to really connect to your why, like why do you want to do all the things you do? I think a lot of the time we also do these jobs and go to work and because we want to support our families, and then we never spend time with them or can never really connect with them. And I'm just thinking back to your story about your stepmom when she was dying of cancer, and just all the regrets she had or the things she would have done differently. Try
Yeah,
and avoid that or minimize that as much as possible by, yeah, really checking in on all levels of your being
yeah,
and making small little tweaks where you can.
yeah. One of the big things we're going to be looking at in the recalibration course is really having an understanding of in your life, what are the things that you do that feel really good? And what are the things that you do that you really don't want to be doing that really drain you? So I think the takeaway from today is obviously please go check out the course and come join us because we're really excited to take you on this journey. It's going to be really amazing. But to leave you with the thought of what in your life do you do that just completely wipes you out? What are three things in your life that are contributing to literally kind of keeping you stuck and pulling you down? And what is it you need to do to shift those? Whether that's a mindset thing, whether that's a body thing, that's an amazing place really to begin.
Absolutely. And I think it's to really think about different situations in a day and really feel how you feel after doing that thing or being around that person. Like, do you leave that situation thinking, I feel lighter, I feel energized, I feel great? Or do you leave that situation thinking, that I feel like I've been hit by a 10-ton truck?
Mm-hmm.
And then just start bringing awareness to the things that actually feel good and the things that don't feel good. And can you start making some shifts and changes there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the mantra, if you don't like it, change it. But often we don't always know how to go about facilitating that change. And that is going to be something we're spending quite a lot of time looking at in the recalibration. So when you're armed with the right tools, you can empower yourself to actually do things differently. You don't have to sit where you are. You don't actually have to just survive through life.
Mm.
Sam and I are here to tell you that actually you can thrive, and we're driving the Thrive train. Hop aboard. Links in the show notes, people. Sam, thank you for joining me for these 4 episodes. So Sam will be featuring more, don't panic. But we're really excited to kick off the course. It starts on the 28th of July, so hop right in, and we will be looking forward to helping you change your life for the better.
Wonderful. Thank you, Emma, as always.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star rating and a review, and make sure you share this episode with a friend who you know will also enjoy it. I'd love to connect with you on Instagram. Please drop me a DM and say hi at Emma O'Brien Coach. And for more information about coaching with me, please head to my website, which is emmaobrien.coach.com.